And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box.
It really is.
With your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Ooh, welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Come up with episode 51. Just when you thought it was safe to come out of your house, the monkeys are gonna get you. We have a very gripping dumb world record this week, and we're talking Top Gun 2 and more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined as always by the main man in San Fran. It's Kush. Hey, Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? How you doing? What's good, Mike? How you been? How was your holiday?
It's wonderful. I am, for those watching the video version, I'm a golden god right now. Or maybe I should say bronze, because gold sounds like I have something wrong with my liver. But no, I'm tan Superman after my week-long trip in the Bahamas. I always feel weird saying I went to the Bahamas, because even though I did technically go to the Bahamas, like I just literally didn't leave the hotel once.
Hey,
so
still counts.
I didn't experience the. Everyone says, "Oh, what's the Bahamas like?" Well, the hotel was nice.
Did you go all inclusive?
Of course, it's the best way to go. So
That's
my routine.
That's all that matters.
Wake up around 8 o'clock. Have breakfast, plonk myself on the beach, wait till the bar starts opening around 10, start drinking. And then around 3 o'clock, we moved to the pool area, continue drinking. And then we just drank until we passed out around like 9, 10 o'clock, and then rinse and repeat. It was lovely.
Wow. Sounds like a great time.
I feel that I got my money's worth alone on the alcohol. So.
All right. There you go.
The last day of the trip, the wife was struggling a little bit, but I was powering through. I think because the checkout of the hotel was 11 a.m. And so just to be safe, because our taxi was picking us up at 11 to take us to the airport. And around 10:30, the woman at the front desk was like, "Should I cut off your wristband now? Are you leaving?" I was like, "Wait, one for the road." And I just ran to the bar and got some more all because of alcohol. Hey,
that's dedication.
I want to get my money's worth.
That's dedication.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So that's what I've been. That's why we missed last week. I was sunning it up. And I actually did think about maybe doing an episode live from the Bahamas, but I'm glad I didn't because the Wi-Fi sucked. I mean, whatever. You're not going there to spend time on the internet, so I'm not worried. I'm not complaining too much, but yeah, it wasn't too hot, Wi-Fi wise, temperature wise, sun wise, beautiful. What have you been up to in the last 14 days since we last recorded?
Wow, tragedy and triumph and tragedy. When I wasn't working, some of the most televised events in the world. There was,
Champions
loss
League
in the family.
Nothing. Carry on.
Anyways, had a funeral to go to. Ended up working one last gig for this company that's now the owner's retiring, so everything around him must retire as well. And it was it's a very dramatic 14 days.
Well, commiserations for your loss, Mr. Hayes.
Yeah, man. Well, it'll be fine. It's just where the future is uncertain.
Well,
anyway.
Is it? I mean, we're all going to end up there
Always
at some point. Not to be too dramatic.
I think again, way too dramatic. Yeah, I'm just talking about like career-wise. I don't know.
I thought you meant like looking at the end of the tunnel. I was going there.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I guess I could see announcing that I went to a funeral. I can see why you would jump to that conclusion. Yes, sir. No.
But no. Career-wise, onwards and upwards. Then one door closes, another door opens, as they say.
We shall see. But this is the calm before the storm. We will be at Game 1 of the NBA Finals this year, along with the Golden State Warriors in their 6th appearance in 8 years.
Warriors. I guess
good
who
to be on the team.
Who the GSW, as the kids say, who are they playing?
They're going to play the Boston Celtics.
Oh, I'm definitely rooting for Golden State then. Screw Boston.
Outstanding.
I don't, as you may have guessed from that, I don't really follow basketball that much. I always assume the Brooklyn Nets aren't in the final. It's a pretty safe bet. But yeah,
okay.
The Warriors.
That's fair. The Warriors had those decades as well. So, but yeah, man, it should be good. Should be good. Great opportunity, and looking forward to being a part of it one way or the other. By the way, if you listen to this week's microdose,
and if
I
you
literally
haven't, why
found out
haven't you?
all these details. Like, I literally found out all these details like maybe an hour before we started recording. So, like, when I said like, yeah, so I'm not booked and I didn't earn my spot on the team, guys, like that was all still true as of that recording. But now I have purpose again, and we will go onward and upward, one more step towards glory.
Well, there you go, kids. If you've learned nothing from today's podcast, never give up. You'll get
Never give up. Adapt, overcome, persevere. Hoorah.
Beautiful. All right, let's crack on. So normally on this show is very lighthearted, so I don't want to go too deep and dramatic, but obviously in the news the last couple of weeks, there's been some tragedy striking in a school in Texas with unfortunately another school shooting going on. So I don't want to obviously go too into that because it's been done already. You know, people talk about it's horrible. Everyone knows that. Everyone can agree on that. But I kind of want to use this.
I don't think we'll add anything to the conversation, and I'll probably end up hurting someone's feelings too. But yes,
exactly. So that's horrible. Let's move on to something slightly different. But this is a topic that's obviously come up a lot in the last few years. And me as an outsider, I guess, looking, even though I've lived in America for just over 5 years, it's still kind of, I feel like an outsider looking in. It still kind of perplexes me about how things are done over in the United States of these Americas. And obviously, big hot topic is quote unquote gun control in America.
Sure.
So here's by all means, Kush, jump in if you want to, but obviously this is it's a hot topic, so I appreciate if you maybe don't want to kind of put your views out there. I can totally understand that, but if you wish, feel free, of course. But I'm kind of just looking at it, because this seems, obviously the vocal people, and as we've already discussed on this, typically the people that speak the loudest are the dumbest people. But on either side of the conversation, it seems to be, don't touch it, don't change anything, everything's fine, or let's get rid of all guns, no guns ever. That seems to be the two thought processes here.
Before we get a little deeper than that,
okay,
for the uninitiated, including myself even, why don't you tell people how easy is it to get a handgun in the United Kingdom?
In the United Kingdom,
Yes.
I would say
need a handgun. I'm in the deepest, darkest parts of London. I need a handgun, Mike. Where can I get one? How can I get it?
I mean, maybe some sordid alleyway, legally, the right people, legally. Honestly, I guess it sort of answers your question. I honestly have no idea. I lived in the United States, the United Kingdom for 30 years. I would not have any idea of how to get. I'm sure you can, but it's not easy. But that's a
how would I be? Would I be able to get a firearm of any kind, a rifle, a shotgun?
I think you have to
all firearms condemned out there.
They're not condemned, but you have to get like licenses, and then you can only use them in certain places, and they have to be locked away and all that good stuff. You have to have each firearm registered to you, so there can't be any. So if anything happens, then they can trace it back to you or a naughty boy. With
so you can acquire firearms in the United Kingdom.
You can, amazing. But it's kind of hard to do, and you can't. But you can 100% definitely not just carry it around the street. Like, no, that's a no-go. That is, You can only use it at, there are some like what they're called, firing ranges and things like that.
Okay.
Those exist. And certain hunting's allowed, but yeah, it's not an everyday activity. Let's just say that.
Copy that.
Whereas obviously, I mean, over here, it's obviously state by state is different because obviously here in New Jersey, it's the gun laws are very strict and very tight. But obviously from other states, it's not as things like that. Now, the point I was basically going to make is let's find a middle, because here's what confused me. I'm not trying to be some liberal snowflake to try to preach to people and try to change. This is literally me, not trying to preach, just trying to understand, I guess. That's how it is. That let's take two things. One, a gun that whether the context in which you want to use it is whether you just want to, hurt someone, you want to defend yourself and your family, you want to go hunting, whatever your use of that gun is purely designed to do damage, basically, right? We can agree on that. That is the only design
for sure
of that. Then you look at other things such as a car. A car is designed to get someone from A to B. That's it. However, much like a gun, in the wrong hands, when used badly, the car can be very dangerous. We can agree on that, right?
Sure.
Okay. Now, to have a car in the United States, you have to, at the very, again, I'm talking about New Jersey, probably different from state to state, but in New Jersey, you have to do at least 6 hours of supervised learning, basically, in the car. Boom, 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 boom. Then you have to take a written test to learn all the rules and all that. And then obviously you have to take another test where you're judged on your skills and knowledge, and they determine whether you are trustee to be behind the wheel. All I'm saying is, would it not make sense to have those same rules for guns? Why can't, if you want a gun, because I don't understand why anyone needs a gun. That's my thing. But I understand not everyone is me. And this is America, it's different, yada, yada, yada. But would it not make sense for you, if you want to have a firearm, first, let's make sure you know how to use it properly and all the rules and regulations, yada, yada, yada. Pass the test. Here's your license. Happy gun ownership. At the very least. Well, does that make sense? Am I going mad? I just don't understand why cars are harder to get than guns. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I got nothing really to add or explain. Rules are a little different in California as well, and they change from year to year. So I'm not up to date on them. But as much as I hate guns, I think it's important that everyone learns how to use a gun, firearm, rifle, etc., so they understand how serious they are, what they should be intended for, self-defense at best, and again, real weight consequences for doing the wrong things with them. So, but how do you solve these mass shootings, these school shootings? I don't know. There's a lot of sick people out there. Not even sick, just they got their own agenda, and whatever answer they have will never be satisfactory to anybody that asks, why did they do that?
That's what, obviously you're not going to solve this situation overnight. And obviously one of the big arguments typically is, well, it's all well and good doing this, that, and the other, but criminals are criminals and they won't follow laws and stuff like that. Which that's a fair point, but it is against the law to break into someone's home and steal things from there. But it still happens. So just because that still happens, should we just make that legal? Like, no, because obviously, if that happened, I'm sure break-ins would increase dramatically if suddenly there was no law against that. So, these measurements. And again, I'm not saying I have all the answers and I'm going to solve everything, but I just think these.
Wouldn't that be great if tomorrow everything just got solved because of this show?
Oh, and we get a medal from the president.
Oh,
well done for solving it. Oh, next week,
that's a big deal.
World Hunger on Wafflebox. But yeah, I know it's kind of serious to start off the show, but yeah, please educate me. I don't think anyone who's a law-abiding gun owner is really gonna worry about taking some time out of their hands to actually show that they actually can be trusted with it. But you shouldn't be able to just buy one without anything. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I know you're never going to be able to get rid of the guns, and trying to do that will actually only cause more mass shootings on both sides, and more children will get killed in the crossfire and all that bad stuff. So you're never going to get rid of the guns. There's actually some crazy stat, there's one gun for every 10 out of 11 people in the if not the country, the planet. Some weird stat where there's a lot of goddamn guns out there, Mike. So the guns ain't going anywhere.
That of all of the registered civilian-owned guns in the world, I think something like 46% of them are in America.
Sure.
That's a pretty insane stat.
Very insane stat. So lots of guns.
There's more guns than people.
Yeah, I would also believe that. So again,
like I say,
not getting rid of the guns.
I'm not trying to take any guns away from anyone. If you want a gun, do you. But I just think there should be more. It should just be harder for just Johnny come lately just to grab one. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe there should be 2 years of intensive course training, and not once a month or once every other week. Maybe 2 or 3 times a week. There should be at least an hour a day. I don't know. Maybe bullets should just be super expensive. But again, I also know people who know how to make their own bullets in case something stupid like that does happen. And
wasn't that a Chris Rock joke where he said forget about guns, you should just make bullets, $5,000 each. That way, if someone gets shot, he did something.
Chris Rock did make that joke, and it's still not a bad idea nor a bad joke. But again, people also know how to make their own bullets. So there's no one right answer how to solve this. It is unfortunately just a part of our reality, and you should just be content with it. But I don't have a better answer.
Until next time. Answers on a postcard. Enjoy wafflebox@gmail.com. How would you solve the situation?
Ooh, electronic postcard.
300 characters or less. Solve it. Anyway, let's move on to lighter topics. Hey, there might be another pandemic coming. That's fun.
Boo. I hope not. I was just getting my career back. It's just May 2020 for me now, Mike.
I mean, I'm no scientist. I don't think it's going to be as bad, but monkeypox. What the fuck? Monkeypox? Have you seen this shit? Have you looked up what it looks like if you catch that shit?
No. What's it like?
It's like you turn into a lizard.
Oh.
It's like chickenpox, but times 100. It looks insane, and it's fever and it's all the usual stuff. I think I'm again not a scientist, just to put that out there in case anyone who's confused and thinks I am. I don't think it's a deadly thing. I
Just gonna
don't
call you
think-
Professor Fish anyway.
Professor Fish. But PhD. Pretty huge, as Kanye West would say. But yeah, it's Jesus. It's just is this like a weird thing that's going on right now? Again, I'm gonna ask you the question. Kush Hayes, PhD, pretty huge thing. Is there more of this shit going around right now, or is it because of COVID we're just kind of more aware of it and it's kind of being put out there?
I think it's just more aware. There's more fear out there. I think there's always been like COVID-19 isn't the first strand of COVID. There's at least 18 others possibly, and it's not because
Kush,
there's a
you don't think that, do you?
man.
Please don't tell me you believe that.
Yeah, man. COVID virus ID 2019. That's what that means.
That's what it means. It doesn't
So
mean
there was one in
18
2018. There's one in 2018. There's one in 2017. We just started calling them Alpha and Omicron and all that other stupid shit because they wanted to keep it COVID-19.
It wasn't 18 other COVIDs, but anyway. But yeah,
Professor Fish,
PhD, pretty huge thing. But yes, so everyone, don't touch the monkeys. Keep away from the monkeys. I'm going to assume, since it's called monkeypox, that someone diddled with a monkey.
It's sexual, like a lady.
Yeah, just if you're going to go near a monkey, wear a condom. Just be smart. Just be smart. Otherwise, you end up in a leper camp somewhere. I believe do they still have?
I wouldn't be surprised if monkeypox eats through the condom. Leper camps? Yeah, usually off of Hawaii.
Hey, swings and roundabouts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're ill and you look bad.
Isolated island, so
pina coladas on the beach.
I'm not sure how many pina coladas are at this camp, but it's a nice thought.
If you like pina colada, getting monkeypox. Just because I know I haven't done my research, I'm sure there's someone very ill with monkeypox, and I've just insulted them very badly, and I just said something very insensitive. But still, leave the monkeys alone.
We've lost the monkeypox demographic. We had 12.
The monkey
now we
demographic
had 0.
just dropped off.
The monkeypox demographic.
There we go. So we've solved gun and monkey diseases. What a show so far. We're only 20 minutes in. My gosh. Right, before we take a break, pause for the cause. It's now time, for everyone's favorite segment. Let's learn about a dumb world record.
Oh, my favorite.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? That's why. Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
This week's world record, as I said in the introduction, is a gripping one. Grip you. And this is from Pakistan. We're going to East Asia, baby. I believe
What happened in Pakistan?
Yeah. So, this man, 70-year-old man, Mr. Naseem Uddin, 70 years old, has broken a world record. Got a shout out to him. He broke the world record for the amount of apples crushed in his hand in 1 minute.
Okay. In 1 minute? Wow. How many did he crush?
Wow. He crushed, and there was actually a video from it. Maybe I could put the link in. I actually saw the video.
You should put the link in the fucking thing.
He was going nuts.
Put the link.
Apples. Like
we got video of this stuff. Put it in the link.
This guy was breaking this world record like an apple stole his wife or something. This man had a grudge. Like an apple owed him money. He was like going nuts.
Right.
And in 1 minute, 60 seconds, for those that don't know that, he crushed 21 apples.
Wow. That's amazing. That's
3 seconds. 3 seconds.
Under 3 seconds.
Just under 3 seconds per apple. Like
That's
I own
amazing.
an apple. I can't crush an apple. I tried.
I don't have an apple, but I bet I couldn't crush that sucker either. Like those things are
I don't have any fruit.
amazing.
I reckon I could crush an orange.
I bet you could crush an apple easier than you could crush an orange.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But you still can't crush an apple. Like, I still agree with the first sentiment, but the orange, it's got the exterior texture. And...
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, no skin. That orange is going
you
down.
can definitely. Yeah, when you take the skin off the orange, you could kill it. But no. We're talking about with the skin on.
I'll turn you into juice, orange.
There's an easier way.
Now I feel that I should do like a little side video now of me which fruit is easiest to crush, and just have like a table of different fruits, and I'm just trying to crush them. That'd be a fun video.
You could definitely
right?
crush a banana.
Bananas.
You'd crush a banana, probably the easiest.
Nectarine,
sure.
history,
Yeah.
Whatever. Strawberry,
peach, strawberries. Kiss your strawberry goodbye.
Yeah. Anyway,
peach. Yeah.
peach.
Destroy
Oh,
a
peach. Oh
peach.
no, I don't know. For some reason, I feel a peach. Even if you could do a peach, like the core.
Well, it's got that. Yeah, it's got that walnut in it or whatever.
So I reckon
it
that
is,
like if you could crush a peach, that's got some like payback. I reckon it would like crush. Ow! Like that would hurt.
TBD. Check out the
TBD.
Waffle Box YouTube video when Mike starts crushing videos like Gallagher.
Oh, if you use a hammer, that'd be.
No, minus.
I wonder if anyone's crushed a watermelon with their bare
Just
hands.
call you Handy Gallagher. Yes.
Right, but you'd have to do it.
I'm
like
sure if we
both
look it
hands,
up
you have
right
to
now, it's there.
between the hands.
I'm pretty sure some
One of those like
there has done that. The guys who toss a keg up in the air just effortlessly.
strongest man. He could crush a
I saw
watermelon. I reckon he could do it between his thighs.
that. No problem.
Would that be?
No problem.
Ladies, would that be attractive? Would that arouse you if you saw a man crush a watermelon between his thighs? I need all these questions. Let us know at Wafflebox Pod on social media. Which fruit do you think is the easiest to crush? Which fruit would you want us to crush? Maybe I will do that video. Waste fruit. But yes, shout out to Naseem Udin of Pakistan. 21 apples crushed with your hand. Again, don't know why, but whatever. You've achieved more than I have in my life. So well done.
There you go.
Dig him.
It's a good attitude, Mike Fish, Professor Fish.
PhD. Pretty huge thing. Anyway, that wraps up the first half of this week's Waffle Box. Still to come. There's too many Toms in this world. We're going to get rid of one. Also, Top Gun 2. Top Gun 2.
Top Gun 2. Top Gun Maverick.
It's good. Used to be a good TV show about cars, from rooms. This is Top Gun. How many times am I going to say that? Top Gun 2, starring Tom Cruise. We're talking about that and also our feel-good segment of the week. But we'll be right back with this week's middle of the show quiz right after this break. Hey, you. Yes, you. Was you thinking of having that beer? But my friend, it's only 10 a.m. Won't everyone judge you for drinking this early? Well, don't worry, we've got just the thing to help you. Your very own Waffle Box mug. And now, everyone will just think you're drinking coffee, so you can enjoy your morning beer judgment-free. Go to wafflemerch.com to get yours today. welcome back to Waffle Still to come, we've got our Top Gun 2 review, the feel-good story of the week, and of course, so much more. But it is now officially time, because it's the middle of the show. It's the middle of the show quiz.
Middle of the show quiz.
If you are a first-time watcher or first-time listener, then this is pretty simple. It's the middle of the show quiz. So it's the middle of the show. We quiz Kush Hayes on a different topic each week. That's him, that guy over there, that Joker. This week, as it is Top Gun 2 movie review, we're talking Tom Cruise. So what I have this week is a list of movie films, moving pictures, starring the man himself, Tom Cruise.
Okay.
But what I'm going to do is tell you the year the first one was released, and then from then, you have to tell me whether they came out before or after the previous one. So it's a little spin on the older or younger game we played before. So it's before or after. Nice and simple, right?
Word.
So this, obviously, the easiest place to start would be Top Gun 1. So Top Gun 1 obviously came out in 1986. 1986!
Mm-hmm.
So, Jesus.
I was there. I was 8 years old when my mom took us to see that in the theater on our way to a campgrounds. Like, it took us 2 days to get there. We're like, well, we're in Sacramento. Let's go see Top Gun. I'm like, what? Anyway.
Yeah, did it take your breath away?
I was actually pretty entertained with it. I was just like, wow, that shit was amazing.
I remember once, this is my Top Gun story. So I think I might have told this before, where this was back in the day that we used to, if we wanted to borrow some music from someone, you know, they would give you the CD and you could rip the CD, copy the CD. And one of the copies that my mum gave me, because her friend gave her, it was like 40 best chick flick soundtracks or some shit like that. And one of them was, I think it was Take My Breath Away from Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember
I've slow danced to that song a couple times.
And I just remember saying to my dad, and I was like, what the fuck? I didn't say what the fuck at the time. But I was like, what the hell? Like, Top Gun's not a chick flick. And he was like, kind of is. And then I had that moment where I was like, oh my God, it is a chick flick.
If you're of age, you might have gotten lucky seeing Top Gun.
Well, I was 1 when it came out, so I probably.
If you're of age, stupid.
There's no need for name calling. Anyway, Top Gun 1986. So the next one on the bucket is the movie Cocktail. Did Cocktail come out before or after Top Gun? It did indeed come out after 1988, 2 years after Top Gun.
Mm-hmm. It was a big deal, and then it was nothing.
That's definitely a chick flick, that one. But
for sure.
Not a bad movie. Anyway, I'm going to sneeze in a minute. So anyway, so you got that one right. So the next one, A Few Good Men. Did A Few Good Men come before or after Cocktail?
1991 after.
It's actually 1992, but you got it right. Well,
my bad.
Next one is the very first Mission Impossible. Did that come before or after A Few Good Men?
After.
1996.
That was a Memorial Day blockbuster, yo. That was a great time.
Had a great sound. It was no Mission Impossible 2 at the best soundtrack, I think. Was that the one, the Limp Bizkit? Dun, 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 dun. Great stuff. Next one, Jerry Maguire. Did Jerry Maguire become before or after Mission Impossible?
I'm going to say after, but the timeline is like they were very close to each other. But I'm going to still say after.
I thought I'd catch you out on that one. Yeah, Mission Impossible came out in May 1996. Jerry Maguire came out December 1996.
Okay. Yeah, you could have got me on that one too. Like, I hesitated for a minute. I've still not seen Jerry Maguire.
That's the show me the money.
That is
right?
indeed.
Yeah, that's all I've seen from that movie. That's
Everyone knows that line.
Yeah. All right, and final one. Interview with a Vampire. Did that come before or after Jerry Maguire?
1992, 1993.
Oh, 1998.
What?
Yeah.
Interview with the Vampire?
I know, right? I thought it was way earlier than that as well.
No. 1998.
Right, I'm good.
I'm disputing that.
Almost soundboard just went off there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it on my phone because we can't do
Interview with the Vampire Chronicles, 1994.
No. Where the hell did I get?
I don't know. Oh.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, because that was the movie before Desperado that made Antonio Banderas blow up. Everyone's like, oh yeah, he's in an Interview with a Vampire. Oh my God. For shit.
Oh yeah, it is. Where the hell did I get 1998? All right, then. Well done then. 5 out of 5. Fuck me. There you go. Well, now I look stupid. Playing all the goddamn jingles as well. What a show. What a show. Well, so that's clean sweep, 5-0. Congratulations, Mr. Hayes. You pass this week's quiz. But now this is where we start arguing, because now it's time to remove things from history as we enter things down to the trapdoor.
Big trapdoor on. I love the trapdoor.
So again, if you're a first-time watcher, first-time listener, what we do here is we name 4 things, and then we delete one from history, from the universe, because it's not as good as the other 3. That's basically it. And this week is a Tom special, as is some groups. All right. So round 1, our 4 Toms. Tom Holland.
Okay.
Tom Hanks, Tom Hiddleston, or Tom Hardy. Those are the 4. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. For those who don't know, so Tom Holland, obviously, more famously, is Spider-Man. Tom Hanks is Tom Hanks. If you don't know who Tom Hanks is, Jesus Christ. Tom Hiddleston is Loki. Right? Loki. Yep.
Yes.
And Tom Hardy, I guess if we go into the superheroes, he was Venom, but he's also been Craze and other good stuff.
He's been Bane. He's was
Bane.
Tom Hardy.
So obviously, I mean, I put 4 in there. And I think we can agree Tom Hanks is safe, right?
Tom Hanks is very safe. You're not getting rid of Tom Hanks. I will fight you if you want to get rid of Tom Hanks. Like, that's not going to be fun. Waffle Box is over if you get rid of Tom Hanks. Tom Hardy, I like a lot of his work, man. He's not everything he's done is great, but I like a lot of his work.
Tom Hiddleston hasn't done it. I mean, he's done a lot, but he's not done many big things.
Tom Hiddleston. Did you say Hiddleston or the other kid?
Hiddleston. Tom Holland, I guess he's in the same boat as well.
Yeah.
That's why
Hiddleston I've only seen as Loki.
I'm gonna have to say for me it's between Holland and Hiddleston.
You know what? I think
doors are nervously twitching for me. What about you?
I think we have to get rid of Tom Holland. Like I like Spider-Man. I even semi like Uncharted, but yeah.
Did you see that movie he was in where he was like a drug addict? I can't remember what it was called.
I didn't. I missed that one. I heard it didn't get too many good reviews, unfortunately.
I didn't like it.
But I like to see that he's branching out like that. But yeah, I can easily be swayed to get rid of Loki also, because I've only seen him as Loki, but Loki's pretty good. I don't know.
And Spider-Man, there's potentially a chance that he'll never play Spider-Man again, which is the only thing I want to see him do. So
I think we'll see him as Spider-Man at least one more time in the near future, like within the next movie.
I mean, okay, if we're talking about like they're the only good things that we like them for, who's better, Spider-Man or Loki?
I'm gonna go Spider-Man. Let's keep Spider-Man.
Tom Hiddleston, I'm sorry. It's been a pleasure. Now, next one, round two.
Au revoir.
This one's gonna be a fun one, I feel. So we've got.
That was a difficult one. I thought that would have been easier. It wasn't.
Next one is Tom Selleck, Tommy Lee Jones, Tommy Lee, or Tom Jones. I went for a little theme there at the end there. So Tom Selleck, Tommy Lee Jones, Tommy Lee, and Tom Jones. Tom Selleck is safe. Just
you're not getting rid of Magnum.
No.
Magnum's safe. And the only reason why I want to keep Tommy Lee Jones is for his one line from The Fugitive where he goes, "I don't care," because that's my favorite quote, at least top 10. Those that know me saying that. Tom Jones, I don't think you should get rid of Tom Jones. Like, I think that's just rude.
Not unusual.
Like, that dude's a player. Why would you get?
What's
why would you?
Pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sex bomb, sex bomb.
You're my sex bomb. No, it's not talking about. It's not singing anymore in case we get a copyright strike. By the way, did you see that? We got a copyright strike last week on that video.
No, really?
Yeah.
For what?
I thought the Law and the Waffle Box one. We got that strike removed because
Okay.
It's because we did the Spinal Tap intro with the quote, and apparently there is a musician whose album was called 11, and they used that exact clip as the intro of their album.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, no disrespect to that band, but I typed in as basically, hey, look, no, this was the quote from the movie. They used the exact same quote on their album. They have no rights to my copyright thingy. And then
the algorithm is so weird.
And then about 4 days later, I got an email from YouTube saying, yep, we've removed it. Copyright strikes. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah. The algorithm is so weird. We could do a whole episode on that. But I think we're getting rid of Tommy Lee. Like, his dong is in the Hall of Dong of Fame. His dong is in the Dong of Fame, but I could
argue we're doing it the world of stuff because
every point of view of that TV series, he's a dickhead in every point of view of that TV series, including his own POV. He's just a dickhead. So,
I mean, he was good in Motley Crue, but
he's great in Motley Crue.
But he out of the Motley Crue gang, though. To be fair, he's like the least cool out of them.
I think he's got the most notoriety out of all.
Oh, 100%. But because
not important. Not important.
But yeah, sorry, Lee. Peace. That was fun. Do you always feel
that wasn't easy? That wasn't.
Do you always
easy.
feel a little bit better? Do you feel a little bit lighter on your feet? Like
sometimes.
Like with
not today.
With Thanos, but like very slowly. We're slowly.
No, today we had to do what like most judges of the law. They like. Yeah, I don't know if I made the right decisions tonight, and I'm gonna have to sleep with that. Maybe we should have got rid of Tommy Lee Jones, but it's too late. It's too late.
Too late. You can't go back now. That's the rules. That's the law.
Those are the rules.
Respect the object. Anyway, by now, who knows what? Maybe Pamela Anderson's life would be better. Maybe without him. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe, but then again, maybe her crew suffered because without Tommy Lee, no one would seen her.
Well, she's without a child if that happens. So I'm pretty sure she's not gonna be a fan of that. Otherwise, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
That's a whole another topic of discussion, maybe. All right, well, let's get to the main event then. We've been kind of leaning into it. It's our Tom Cruise special, but now let's get to the thing itself. Everyone wants to know what's going on, Pussycat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's Top Gun 2 with this week's Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review.
Tell him, Kush. Tell him about Top Gun 2. Is it Bill and Ted 3 or is it Ghostbusters 2?
Oh, it's neither. Thank God it's neither.
Well, Ghostbusters 2 is a great movie.
Not at all.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
No. Ghostbusters 2 is a terrible movie.
Whoa.
And it's because of Ghostbusters 2 being a bad movie that I didn't want 2016's Ghostbusters, and I didn't want Ghostbusters Afterlife. However, as we did a review on Ghostbusters Afterlife here on the Waffle Box, it was my favorite movie of the year. I loved it. Okay, so, but Bill and Ted 3 was terrible. Ghostbusters 2, no es bueno.
Don't. I'll fight you on the streets.
You're gonna lose that fight, sir.
Okay.
Physically, verbally, mentally, spiritually. Like you don't walk away from that feeling good about yourself. I might put you into another dimension. It could happen.
Like Doctor Strange me, where you just when I'd like
yeah. A giant weed leaf shows up in the background, cosmic weed leaf instead of a star. That's a doctor.
Anyway, that's the movie review of Top Gun 2. See you next week. Yeah. What did you think?
Dude, this movie has no business being decent, and it's fucking amazing. There's like a long list of movies that have sequels way past their time. You know, like you just mentioned. You mentioned Ghostbusters 2, which isn't fair, but what was the first one? Bill and Ted 3. You know, there's a 20 years gap between Bill and Ted 2 and Bill and Ted 3. There's no reason we should have had a Bill and Ted 3. There's no reason we should have had a Top Gun Maverick 36 years later. And to be fair, if we didn't have COVID, this was going to come out in 2019, but it's because China closed all of its theaters at the end of 2019, right when this crazy thing called COVID was picking up over there.
19th edition.
The 19th edition. Yes, sir. Thank you. That Paramount were like, oh, well, if theaters are starting to shut down, that's probably going to happen everywhere else. So we're going to pull its release date for Top Gun Maverick, and then the world shut down. And once or twice this thing was scheduled for like a year ago, but even then, like we got the beta thing and then the Omicron, and you know, so I'm amazed we finally got here, dude, and it is way better than I thought it was going to be. Way better than I thought it was going to be.
Is there a scene where he's riding his motorbike next to a woman riding a horse?
There's a scene where he rides a motorcycle against a jet, and that's a callback to the first film, but not against a horse.
Oh.
What's the movie where he rode against a horse? Because that feels like a very specific reference.
That's Top Gun.
Not a horse.
That's where he first meets the woman. She's riding a horse.
She's not riding a horse.
She's riding a horse.
No one's riding a horse.
No
one's riding a horse in Top Gun, dude. You better
Yeah,
look this up. I'm going to continue with my review.
Do it, and I'm going to look up.
Carry on.
Yep.
So if you've never seen Top Gun, apparently Mike Fish, Professor Fish, PhD, has never seen Top
Pretty
Gun.
huge thing.
You actually don't need to go back and check it out. You're very much caught up to date on everything that happens in this movie. It's one of the most perfect sequels ever, but it could be just its stand on its own film. Top Gun is the best remake of Star Wars without space being involved. It's what Rogue One should have been. Like the plot of Top Gun Maverick is Maverick has to teach these Top Gun winners, former Top Gun winners, how to do the trench run of the Death Star, all the way down to the pack where they got to bomb a 3-meter exhaust port. This thing is delightful, dude. I saw it 3 hours ago before our broadcast tonight, and I
just realized where I made my mistake.
Did you make a mistake, Professor Fish?
Yes. That scene was from Hot Shots. Not Top Gun.
Yeah. Not Top Gun. Anyway.
Still, Hot Shots. What a great movie.
There is a scene in Hot Shots, the original Hot Shots, where the jet ends up doing a little skid in the air, like you got the rubber tires screeching, and then it carries on the other direction. They go on about part of the plot is that the enemy, which has no country, no faith, no nationality, no religion, it's just guys in a super black helmet. They don't speak any language. We never hear their radio communications, but they got the Gen 5 jet, Generation 5 model jet. And this thing actually at one point, Maverick's whole thing is, I'm gonna hit the brakes and fly right by, and that's his whole gimmick where he does this bullshit. The jet actually like goes past him and then goes, oh, did you? Oh, no, I'm gonna go back after you now. And you're just like, this shit is amazing. Like this is real pilots doing real combat aerials, real dog fighting. This movie is fucking amazing, dude, and I recommend everybody go check this out in the.
Is there a beach volleyball scene? I know that's definitely from Top Gun.
There is a beach football scene. They swapped it out for no volleyball this time, but both sides have a football, and both sides' objective is to get it to the end zone, and it's just chaos. And it's called dog fight football.
Multi-ball.
All offense and defense playing at the same time.
That's just insane.
And that's a fun segment too.
Coming soon, NBC.
It could happen.
Multi-ball.
Multi-ball. This movie was directed by Joe Kaczynski. He's done Tron Legacy. Speaking of sequels that came out way later than they should have. Tron Legacy, very beautiful movie, but not a good movie at all. He also did a Tom Cruise movie called Oblivion in 2013. Again, same thing. Very pretty movie, but kind of no substance there, no calories. That was so when hearing that he's doing Top Gun Maverick and it turns out this good, I don't know what's the cause of it. I don't know why this thing is as good as it is. But you got Miles Teller in this. He's fantastic. Jennifer Connelly plays the love interest, and
Tom Cruise is a love interest. Isn't he like 60 at this point?
He's almost 60, but Jennifer Connelly is, almost is closer to 60 than she is 50 now. Also, like it's not a obnoxious romance, but something about it doesn't need to be a part of the movie. I don't know if it's
try to introduce her to Scientology.
I don't know. Maybe she might already be a Scientologist. I couldn't tell you that. Something is off with her scenes, though, and I don't think it's her because she's not a bad actress. But something about her scenes don't work in this movie. I get what they're trying to do. The character Maverick, he's 36 years older, so he needs to start. He's finally maturing. Professor Fish, PhD. He's finally maturing. Yeah, and it's But anyways, the rest of the cast, Val Kilmer has a bit part, but it's a substantial part. It's a fantastic couple scenes. I recommend everybody check it out. And then Monica, oh my God, what's her name?
Lewinsky.
Monica Barberos. She's a chick from the Bay Area here, so good on her. Louis Pullman, son of Bill Pullman, and then
President Bill Pullman.
Glenn Powell.
Show him respect.
President Bill Pullman's son is in this. So this is a great movie. This is a fantastic cast. I've already seen it twice now as of this review.
Damn.
And I'm probably going to see it another time. I saw it in 4DX during one of the fan appreciation nights, and unlike Black Widow, I fucking loved my experience with this too. Maybe I knew what to expect as opposed to what I didn't know what to expect with Black Widow. Maybe it was just programmed better. I don't know. But yeah, this is a great goddamn movie. you're flying in the movie, man. Like this was the roller coaster ride 40X was intended for. I at least I think so. So
still haven't done that. Still never done a 40X.
I would say do it for this. Definitely. I would definitely recommend this.
If there's any 40X theaters around.
Don't drive too far. I'm just saying if it's there, it's an event. So yeah, this was a great movie. This is a crowd pleaser. Out of 5 blueberries, believe the hype out of 5. Yeah.
5 out of 5.
No, believe the hype out of 5.
What does that mean?
That's bigger than 5.
Oh. 6.
Might even be a 7, but go. Like we're past numbers at this point. It's a great goddamn movie. Believe the hype out of 5.
I could crush a blueberry with my hands.
You could probably crush 5 blueberries in your hand.
Believe the hype. So yes, check it out. Top Gun 2 in movie theaters near you, probably, unless you live somewhere there's no movie theaters near you.
I feel like this is playing in every theater across the country.
But what if someone lives, 2 hours drive from the nearest movie theater? We can't, in good faith, say movie theaters near you because
that's the nearest one.
If anything, we're just rubbing salt into the wound that they don't live anywhere near. Yeah, move somewhere better.
Move to a closer location. Christ,
what are you doing with your life? Where do you live?
Where do you live? The closest movie theater is 20 miles away.
Get your life together. What do we got? What do we got coming up next week in terms of movie reviews?
Next week, we probably nothing for next week, man. I can give you a review on the Paramount Plus series, The Offer, which is a TV series about how The Godfather got made. I've only seen the first half of the series, but I feel like I can give you a good enough review just on that. I can do a review on the Rescue Rangers movie, and I can do a review, which will be definitely late, on Downton Abbey 2. No, but there's no new movie I'm interested in this week because I'm also working.
No, we're doing Rescue Rangers. So I'm
Rescue Rangers it is. It's not currently streaming on Disney Plus.
Rescue Rangers. Rescue Rangers. I fucking loved that cartoon when I was growing up. I cannot wait. What is it? Is it on?
Spoiler alert! I think you're going to enjoy it.
Is it? What streaming platform is it? Is it Peacock?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to watch that, and we're going to talk about that together next week.
Okay.
Is it called Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers or just Rescue Rangers?
It is. Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, the movie.
Dale Rescue. I'm going to have to listen. After we've got off recording, I'm going straight to YouTube to listen to the retro theme song, and I'm going to rock out. Okay, so look out forward to that, boys and girls. All right, so before we wrap this week's show up, we have to end, as always, by bringing people up, enlightening people, and bringing some feel-good story of the week. If you are, again, first-time listeners, this is where we just literally, there's no jokes. It's just a nice story we're going to tell. If anyone is listening or watching and they are like a music producer and they would like to create a jingle for this, please do, because for the one I have right now, it doesn't sound like a feel-good story. It does. We've made a joke before, but it does sound like it's a porn film.
I think it's sexy. It makes me feel good.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Why can't it be sexy? What's wrong with being sexy?
I don't know. Sometimes it just depends on the story. It just feels weird doing sexy music.
You're weird.
Anyway, here's this week's feel-good story of the week. Getting sexy with it.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
Feeling on her booty right now. What? Oh, hey.
Anyway,
hey.
Back in the room.
Oh,
back in the room.
Ah!
Anyway, this week's feel-good story of the week comes to us from across the pond in the United Kingdom of America. The UK's public health services are officially prescribing stand-up comedy to men at risk of suicide from mental trauma or depression.
I believe that.
After a pilot program,
I'll co-sign that.
Outrageously successful, despite that, what social activists have for decades said about some topics being off limits for comedy, British comedian Angie Belcher is showing that people exploring their personal history through comedy often makes them, quote, stronger and more resilient. Belcher is the pioneer of the Comedy on Referral, a 6-week course for trauma survivors in Bristol that is now receiving National Health Service, NHS, funding to expand its program to London to help men at risk of suicide. She was quoted as saying, "My course for trauma victims encourages them to process their trauma in a different way so they can change who the victim is and choose their narrative. They can actually go right down into this is what I'm thinking, and then this is what the thing that happened to me." This enables survivors to consciously use comedy to change their perspective of their experiences, but it also puts them in a physical, powerful position because being on stage is very powerful. So
this program is creating someone suicidal is being encouraged to tell jokes.
Like they're being given comedy classes. So so they can go on stage and kind of turn their experiences, their life into jokes to kind of empower them and to actually look at things differently, which I think is awesome. Because they always say the cliche is laughter is the best medicine. So why not try to? And if anything, it's just good to get people together. I think just talking and things like that. So this is awesome.
I hear that.
So hopefully this is a big thing because hey, maybe this can spread across the world and bring joy to people who are
unless everybody
suffering.
Bombs horribly, then it's just they're in the
I'm gonna assume they're not putting these people in front of like tough crowds. That would be that'd be mean.
What if they are? What if you mean? Like, this is part of your therapy. Like, get out there.
Boo! But no, I don't think they're doing that. They're not putting them like the Comedy Cellar in New York City or something like that. That'll be...
So, for the sake of argument, I hope you're correct. Yeah, I hope it's just like, hey, it's just us, Phil. Hey, Phil.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. That's a good one, Phil.
Anyway, so there you go. Feel good story. Lovely jubbly. Right.
Feel good story about Phil.
Good old Phil. Before we wrap up this week's show, obviously make sure you do subscribe and follow on your chosen platform. If you are listening to us, why not go to YouTube and watch it? So then, we get double the clicks. And then if you're watching it, also listen to it. We are fantastic to stick on when you're going to bed because we will put you right to sleep, my friend. So if you are struggling.
I've been told I do have a rich, buttery voice, and I try not to yell too much. So if I found out we were someone's white noise, I'd be I'd be really appreciative of that. Really, thank you.
Welcome to Going to Sleep with Mike and Kush. Let's go to bed.
Too sexy, Professor Fish, too sexy.
Coming soon to Patreon. But yes, so make sure you follow us on all social medias at Wafflebox Bob. But if you do want more podcast action, if you want to hear us speaking, of course you can. If you're into some sports, check out Claret and Big Blue podcast with myself and Alex Middleton over at CBB Pod. And then Microdose, I know you kind of alluded to it earlier. What's the latest offerings from the Microdose?
Because it is a post-season edition, we got a clip show this weekend. 120 will feature old friends of the family here, including Steven Steinbacher, Lord Battle, and Drew Angelman, talking about various subjects, outtakes from the show. They weren't bad. They just made the episode run a little long and, didn't affect the quality of the show that was already out. Mike Fish, I see you pointing. Oh, the quality on that episode was just terrible. Yeah, no, sorry, you're not. That was my fault. That was my fault.
We'll have to try that again.
Yeah, of course.
And also, it's still launching soon, but hopefully we're going to be revving up on that. We're going to be doing some live streams with some other content creators. So if you have a Twitch account, go to twitch.tv/popculture. That's POPCOUTURE. Pop Couture. They're going to be ramping up on that in the coming week. So make sure you're in it before, so you can be like, oh yeah, I was watching it before. It was cool, man. Check that out. Twitch.tv/Pop Couture at Pop Couture TV on Twitter. But it's all from me. It's all from him. That Joker over there, the main man from San Fran, as I like to say. What is he like?
Professor Fish, PhD.
Pretty huge dick. Make sure again you follow us. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much. Oh, there we go. That was seamless. Anyway, yeah. Until next week, make sure you take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.